Today, I'm going to be talking about the top 3 Google Ads mistakes affiliates are making that are killing their CPA profits. I'm going to show you the mistakes. I'm going to show you how to fix those mistakes in this video. So let's get started. Hello, for those just tuning into the channel, my name is Joey Babineau. I've been doing online digital marketing since 2002. I do a lot of Google Ads. That's why we're going to be talking about Google Ads today. I've spent over $7 million on Google Ads running traffic to CPA affiliate offers. I've done more videos on this channel you can check out as well. I also recently posted that I made over $2 million with one single CPA affiliate offer running Google search ads. So today we're going to be talking about the top 3 mistakes I'm seeing, especially with people that I talk to on a regular basis around Google search ads. And we're going to fix those mistakes today in this video. So let's get started. And all of these mistakes today are going to be around the topic of keywords, okay? Keywords is a very big deal when it comes to search ads. So the first mistake people are making is they are relying too heavily on the Google Ads Keyword Planner. Here is the Google Ads Keyword Planner. In case you haven't heard of it, it is a tool that allows you to find keywords related to your offer. So in this case, we're using home security as just an example. And home security, as you can see, when you search home security and you select the United States, Google Keyword Planner brings up the data around this offer. And unfortunately for this tool it's fairly limited, and it also blocks a lot of keywords that are actually being searched. So if you only rely on a tool like Google Keyword Planner, you're not going to get the full data. Also, some of their estimates are a bit stretched. And there is a reason for that, is because typically they're estimating these top of page high range bids to get you to go in and bid that high. In fact, if you were to go and run this campaign, you might find that you're getting traffic much cheaper than what their estimated bids are. This one here is very crazy. A $1,200 top of page bid for Vivint Security. That's insane. I don't think anybody's going out there and bidding $1,200 per click on Vivint, unless it is Vivint themselves trying to protect their brand. Most of the time, if you just run some of these keywords, you're going to find that the cost per click is cheaper. And I want to show you an example of that. So I ran a campaign here, while it might be a while back. I did run security and alarms and broad security campaigns on Google search ads, and it was a pay per call offer, got some conversions, and it was working, okay? The problem was that the offer actually paused. However, you can see here that my average cost per click was only $2.83 here for this ad group here. We had a average cost per click here of $20, so that one's a little higher. And then we have $1.35 here for average cost per click. So you can see here that it's kind of up and down. So if I would have went strictly by what's being said here, where everything is over $20 to $30, then my estimates would have been off. So sometimes what I'll recommend is people not only use the Google Ads Planner, but also use tools like SEMrush, because SEMrush is where I do my keyword research, and I can come in here and I can see that there are other keyword estimates here in terms of pricing. So you can see here $379, $379, and you can even filter based on intent. So this is the next mistake people make, is they're using keywords that are too broad. They're not going for keywords that are high intent, meaning they're going to convert well. So basically, you can select the intent here by going commercial and transactional, and you can find even more keyword ideas that aren't only part of the Google Keyword Planner. And another tool that you can use also in addition to this is SpyFu. So if you go to SpyFu and you enter in something like home security systems, you can click on Google Ads Advisor, and it'll start bringing up what other people are doing currently in terms of keywords. And you can find other great keyword ideas that you typically will not find on the Google Keyword Planner. And what you'll also notice is that their estimate on cost per click is also lower. And so this goes to show that there are many ways to find keywords. And 2 more things you can do when doing your keyword research is to use the Google Trends. So if you go to Google Trends and you type in your niche topic, you can actually find other keyword ideas that might be trending at the time that will be much cheaper. And lastly, there's a tool here that you can try out, which is the Keywords Everywhere tool. And this allows you to expand upon the search volume of the Google suggestions. So for example, if I come to Google and I type in home security here, you're going to see that it starts to offer me some suggestions. And you can see, hold on here, that here are all the suggestions. Well, the tool that I'm talking about, which is up here, the keywords everywhere, would give me the search volumes. So I could see if there are potential keywords that aren't going to be found using tools, but I could come here and find them myself by doing this. So there's some other ways to find keywords, and that's how CPA affiliates are finding those gold mine keywords that no one else is running. It's because we're doing extra research outside of what everyone else is doing. Okay, so now let's go on to the next part of this video where I want to talk about the next mistake people are making with respect to keywords. So before we get into those strategies and the next part of the keywords, I do want to mention one thing here. We do have an entire course over here at powerhouseaffiliate.com called the Google Ads Masterclass. And a lot of the subjects I'm talking about today are covered in much more detail, especially in lesson 12 when we're getting into keywords and ads. And we have an entire checklist right here that you can get access to inside the Google Ads Masterclass for lesson 12. You can see we have this checklist here. There are other checklists in the other lessons for certain parts of this course, but basically it's covering everything you need to know when it comes to doing your keyword research. And it's in much more detail, I must say. And we have written and video text, video content, inside all of our lessons inside this masterclass. You'd also get access to other parts of this portal if that's something you want to do. So moving on to part 2, let's talk about match types, because we also have a full lesson on match types. You can see here lesson 14. Match types is a very big deal when we get into actually doing our campaigns, when we're starting a campaign, when we're starting to optimize our campaign, and when we're trying to scale our campaign. The match types of our keywords is a big deal. Okay, so you need to understand match types, and here's a great article on Google. You can come and check out this Google Ads answer here about match types, and you can learn about the 3 match types you need to understand. But typically, if you're on a low budget, you're going to start in the phrase or exact match. And if you have a bigger budget and you want to scale a little faster, then you might want to start with broad match, where you can start getting more traffic and more relevant conversions quicker. It's really up to you how you want to do this. But the biggest mistake people make is they don't understand the difference, and they start, they might have a goal of spending less money, but then they come in and they set up a campaign that's designed to spend all their money on irrelevant keywords. So my advice to most people, especially new affiliates, is if you're on a low budget and you want to start a Google Ads search campaign, then start it with a phrase match, not broad match, and that'll restrict Google from going too broad on your keywords, where you can save some money and focus on the real good keywords that you found when you've done your keyword research properly. Now, if you want to even restrict it more, you could go exact match. Now, the difference is every time you go from one of these match types, let's say you go from broad to phrase, you can expect a difference in price. Basically, you're telling Google to restrict the campaign, so they charge you more to do that. And the same applies when you go from phrase to exact. The cost per click will go up, but your quality will get better. So it's really up to you how you want to do that. So I would highly recommend you come and read this and learn about it before you start just setting up random campaigns. Now, the last mistake I want to talk about that a lot of people make when it comes to keywords is how they structure their ads and their keywords. And that all comes down to what's called your ad relevancy and your quality score. So you can see here, Google Help also has information about your quality score and your ad relevancy. You can read all about it here, but we do have also a full lesson on this when it comes to setting up CPA affiliate campaigns and strategies for improving all aspects of it. But I'm going to cover it briefly here right now. So basically, what you're trying to do is break down your keywords into ad groups. And the reason for that is because you want to make sure that each ad reflects a core group of keywords that are all related to that ad. And what happens is this makes your ad much more relevant to your actual keywords. So let's bring up an example campaign here. Okay, so here we are inside a campaign, and what I want to talk about here are the columns here, especially with respect to ad relevance and quality score. So these are things that you need to focus on inside when you're setting up your ads with respect to your keywords. So you can see here that this is a profitable campaign, and the reason for that is because my quality score typically on most keywords is very high. Here's a 10 out of 10, here's a 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, and as you scroll, you can see more 10s out of 10s, and then I added some new keywords recently, so we're going to be seeing how those come out. But we're looking here at the ad relevance, which is currently above average for most of these, and some of them are below average. So the reason why we like to separate these keywords into ad groups is because sometimes you're going to have some above average and some below average in the same ad group. And so sometimes it makes sense to move those into another ad group that is more focused on specifically that keyword. And we can start looking at more things in here as well when it comes to your competitive metrics. For example, I like to look at all of these columns here, the search impression share and all of this stuff. But we're not going to get into that in this video, but there are ways to increase your impression share by way of increasing your quality score and your ad rank. All of that is factored in at auction time when it comes to the auction itself. When your keyword is being searched, is your ad going to actually show up? And these are all things that matter. So coming over to Google once more before I end this video, if you want to improve your quality score, I recommend checking out this article here, and I'll leave the links in the description below. But we also do have a lot of this covered in our checklist inside the course itself when it comes to making sure your ads are relevant to keywords. But here are some great tips that you can go through. Review your quality score components. Make sure you're covering all of these things when you're reviewing it. Make your ads more relevant to your keywords. This is exactly what they're saying here. And try to improve the click-through rate of your ads. That is a big factor when it comes to your quality score. They want to make sure that your expected CTR is matching what they expect it to be, or your ad CTR is matching what they are expecting it to be. So make sure you're looking at these factors. And lastly, once you get into the landing pages and the offers themselves, that's a different component. We're going to talk about that in future videos. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to learn more about how we're setting up highly profitable campaigns using CPA affiliate offers. And lastly, on this article, it says, use your quality score with other metrics. And there's tons of stuff inside your account. So I recommend coming in, reading some of these Google Ads help documents, even though they're so boring, or just subscribe to this channel and we'll be covering them as the time goes on, because I love Google Ads. You should love Google Ads. There's lots of money to be made. And if you're doing CPA affiliate marketing, make sure you subscribe, because there's going to be a lot more content coming out. So talk to you later.